Hello everyone, my name is Dre and thank you so much for tuning in today. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about loot boxes. Surprise mechanics. I'm trying to be politically correct and, not offend anyone. EA. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the representatives from EA and Epic that actually had a meeting in the UK. And their goal was that they were trying to defend the game industry against charges of addictive game mechanics and encouragement of gambling via loot boxes. Or as they like to call it now, surprise mechanics. But come on, this conversation about loot boxes has been going on for way too long. Like everyone has read those stories of someone that spent, $500-600 on loot boxes. Or knows someone that has spent a lot of money on loot boxes because they just need to get that one item. Or that coworker whose kids got into their credit card and now they owe Epic or EA, $200 or $300 because they just kept buying more and more and more. And that's the worst part. Did they know who is buying this stuff? They don't want to say who it is, but, it's those kids that either got a hold of the credit card or their parents, aren't paying attention to what they're spending money on, or the people that are addicted to these games and just want to get an extra edge on the game itself, or just want to get that skin or whatever virtual thing they're giving you for you to keep on buying more and more. Because every day these companies are catering their games more and more to this, to the addicts or to the people that don't have self-control on how much money they're spending, and they're making their games and their system seems more like a casino than anything else. Because every time you open a loot box, it's that fun animation of look what you won, even if it's a crappy gift. It's still that engagement of look, you won something. You should keep playing more, or keep buying more loot boxes so you can win something else again and get that excitement. But okay, I'm not trying to spend the whole video just explaining how loot boxes work, because if you clicked on this video or somehow you got to this video, you already understand the mechanics of a loot box. We've been around them for years now. My main point of what I'm trying to get to is that these companies are, fighting tooth and nail to defend their system of, getting in all this extra money. Because like companies like EA and Epic Games, they're already making a lot of money already. And I understand some games are free to play, so they still have to get some kind of income. But if you break it down to how much money people are spending on all these extra stuff around the game, they're making way more money than if they would have just charged you to $60. And they know that. So now they're catering their games for you to spend the extra money. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the first thing that comes up to their mind when making a new game is, what are we going to sell to them in the loot boxes? Or what is it, the extras that we're going to be charging people $5 here, $3 there, $2 there, and then start catering a game around that. But according to them, it's fun, and gamers love them. I guess Battlefront 2 didn't teach them anything, or they simply forgot about it. But no, according to them, it's surprise mechanics, and it's ethical and fun. So ethical and fun that they were comparing it to the Kinder Surprise eggs. At least as a kid, if I bought a Kinder egg, and I didn't like the toy that I got, at least I still got the freaking chocolate to go along with it. What do you get in the loot box if you didn't get the skin or weapon or whatever it is that you wanted to get? A repetitive skin that you already have multiples on already? You can't resell it. You can't keep it for a collectible. It's virtual. You can't touch it. You can't even compare it to a Kinder Egg, because at least I can touch the freaking chocolate and the toy. And speaking of keeping it as a collective, a lot of these games are going to die soon. And I'm not saying it in a way that I'm hoping they die, but come on, a lot of people are spending their money on FIFA and Madden, and if you like sports games, that sucks even more. Because every single year, they're going to put you in the same cycle. New game, new loot boxes or cards or whatever it is that they're using, as the currency or the gift or whatever, and you go back to buying them again and again and again. Because in a lot of these games, especially the online sports games, it's not a matter of how good you are. It's a matter of how much money you were willing to spend until you got that right player or that right weapon or whatever, it is. I'm trying to stick with the sports theme right now, but it's still, the weapons and the skins and all that. But yeah, how much money did you actually have to spend to get the specific player that you wanted to get? Because nowadays, if you want to stay competitive and, you play these games all the time, there's going to be that one person that's going to beat you because they were willing to spend all that money. And you might think, hey, I'm just going to spend $10 and hopefully I'll get what I need. But then you go on and spend another 10 and another 10 and another 10 and so on and so on. So again, it's an addiction, and they're hoping that you do that. That's the games is designed that way. And keep in mind, to begin with, in a lot of these occasions, you already spent $60 on that sports game or whatever game it is. You already dropped $60 for what you thought was going to be a full game. But no, if you want to stay competitive and, be able to keep up with the rest, you got to spend more money, probably more than what you spend on buying the actual game. So if you think about it, you didn't even buy the full game. You bought the entrance to be able to spend more money than the entrance itself. You are paying money to be able to spend more money. And at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. Just money. Just how much money they can squeeze out of you for wanting to have fun with their games. And the reason for this whole thing that was going on in the UK is because a lot of places, countries, are trying to pass laws to make this kind of gambling or this kind of loot box system illegal. They've become aware of how much money people are spending on the games that they already bought to begin with. I'm not big on the whole government coming over and telling game developers what they can and can't do and, regulating this and regulating that. But it seems like they have to step up and do this because the bigger companies are the ones that are, fighting tooth and nail to keep this going on as long as they can. Because again, they are making so much money out of this, like stupid amount of money. But you know what? That's just my point of view on things. Take it however you want to take it. If you didn't know about this and I shared some insight on it with you, I'm glad. This video is probably going to get like 20, 30, hopefully 40 views. We'll see. It's still a small channel. But again, if I, got to someone and, giving you insight on what's going on, then I'm glad. I'm glad to make this video. On that note, I would like to say thank you very much for listening. Thank you for listening to me just rant on about the loot boxes and, all the extra money they're trying to get from us. Again, that's just my point of view. Take it however you want to take it. At the end of the day, this is what the internet is for. And hey, since you made it to the very end of the video, consider subscribing. I knew this was a little rant video, I just wanted to make this video. So thank you for listening. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to make more content like this, informative and about games and everything gaming related. So again, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. That would really help me out. So thank you very much. Thank you so much for your time. Can't say thank you enough. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Till next time, please make sure you have a great morning, noon, evening, midnight, whatever it is. Just make sure it's great.